Well, how you going, guys? There's a buzz of excitement in the air. And why? Because it's snow season. Now I've put together this short little video that's going to give you some helpful tips on safety and preparation for your next snow trip. So come along for the ride and let's go and find some snow. We always let our tyre pressures down when we go four-wheel driving. And with snow driving, it's really important that you let them down before you fit your chains. So I'm going to let these down now, and then we'll move on until we find some snow. G'day guys, well it's about time we fit the chains up to the car here. Snow's starting to now get a fair bit of depth in it. But before I do fit the chains, there's a couple of little things that I do first. Now, I carry a couple of blocks of wood. The reason why I have those is I'll put one under each tyre, I'll drive the car up into these blocks of wood, and then that allows me, when I fit the chains, it allows the chain to wrap right underneath the tyre and get a nice snug fit. Now, if you don't have a couple of blocks of wood, you can always use a couple of rocks or little bits of timber, whatever's lying around in the bush where you fit them up. But I find this very handy. They fit nicely inside the box and they're always there. This is another little trick that I do with my chains. I tie up the ends. So when I do pull them out, they're not all tangled up. And the other thing I put in my little snow kit is a little tarp. It's ideal for when you've got to get under the car to hook up the backs of the chains. You don't want to be lying down in wet snow, so small little tarp, ideal for this little application. So as you can see now, the chains are installed on the tyres. The next thing to do now is go for a bit of a drive up the track for about 400 or 500 metres. And just before you do head off, just make sure that you grab your blocks of wood. So then you got them for next time when you're going to go put your chains on. Righto, so I'm just going to go for a little drive up the track for about 400 or 500 metres. Then I'll get out, check the chains, make sure they're still nice and tight. And if they aren't, I'll re-tension them and make sure they're tight, because it's really important that they are, because the last thing you want to do is have your chains coming loose, because then they'll start wrapping around brake lines and those sort of things under there, cause a lot of damage. When you head out for a day trip in the snow, whether it be for a day or even overnighter, it's always a good idea to go prepared just in case something goes wrong and you want to try and get a fire going. Look, matches are great to have, but as soon as they get wet, they're pretty well useless. So one thing I always carry in my kit is a good flint, which doesn't matter how wet these get, they'll always fire off a spark. Now another little tip that I sometimes use is a tea bag. I use that as a fire lighter. You just douse that in a bit of methylated spirits and then get out the old trusty flint, give it a couple of cracks, and there it goes. So there you go, that's pretty simple. Shows you how to get a fire going with a tea bag and a little bit of methylated spirits. Or the other option is, something that everyone does carry in their car when they go four-wheel driving, is a roll of toilet paper. That will do exactly the same job as the tea bag. Just douse a little bit of methylated spirits, your flint, away you go. Always guarantee you get a fire going. Well, there you go guys. Snow driving is a lot of fun, and hopefully you'll get some handy tips and some information from that little video clip, and hope to see you out in the bush someday.